smile takes the edge off of the day. And you're a light that brightens.
This is Molly May, a Bod Pause Pod and other nice stuff with me, Molly May. Hi, Chibish. Sound on, volume up. This is Molly. I'm red hot. It's an anger episode. I am just like emotionally clogged right meow. So let me go there for a second. Some stats. I live by the Mississippi River with my husband and our dog. So we basically live in the woods. Like the other day I saw an owl, and my neighbor the other night was telling me about a coyote, and I was like, this is awesome. Until yesterday, the landlord came. You guys, the landlord came and cut down all of our trees. Like all of our trees. We had like a few big ash trees in our backyard that like I heard they were hollow, and like that's a safety risk issue, whatever, take it out. Like I understand that. But in our backyard, we had like 12 fairly sized, decent guys. Like I'd compare it to like a medium-sized birch, like a teenager tree, and they cut them all. Like we had this gorgeous, like shady moment in the back. We'll post a pic. I like am devastated over it. So the neighbor said that the trees were an invasive species called buckthorn. Buckthorn. That sounds like so masculine and nasty. Buckthorn. But like, who gives a fuck? Like, part of the appeal was like, we are in the woods. Like I wanted all that. I wanted all the gorgeous, like, lushy rainforest moment with the dirt. It was really nice. So they chopped all these trees down. Like Sunday night, there was this big owl in a tree, and then I had never seen an owl close up before, and like it was flying, and it was silent, and it was so lovely. Like, he'll be gone, right? Like, what? Bye, owl. And I'm mad about it, and I had to get it off my chest because I'm emotionally clogged about it. But yeah, for now, I'll post before and after. Now that I got that out of my system, let's recap Fashion Week. Oh, shit. No. What I can't take off this week. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I've been having a really lovely time wearing bodysuits without pants. Shocker, right? This is coming right after my nudie episode, I think. It all started because I was waiting for a pair of pants to dry. But then, like, wow, I'm Beyonce. Like, caught my reflection in my studio window, and I was like, oh, she Chibish, yeah, hi. I'm not going to get specific here. Like, doesn't matter what the bodysuit is. I have maybe 5, and they all have a new life because I'm just like full factory girl, Edie Sedgwick, sitting in my chair like, why do I have to wear clothes? I don't want to wear clothes. And that's been me all week. And the theme has been palpable. It's like the safe version, I guess, of wearing a swimsuit indoors. Because, like, you know, I'm 31, nearing 32, and I'm not supposed to wear my swimsuit at all hours of the day. There's some old wives' tale that you'll get bacteria vaginosis or a yeast infection. But, like, so I'm just going to do, like, the swimsuit equivalent in cotton with my bodysuits. And it's been lovely. So that theme this week has been just palpable. And I'll get there. And I'm like, let me remind you that I'm like soapbox angry this episode. And it's all about pants. Or sans pants, I guess. Just this morning, Emily, my buddy Emily. Oh, that was a little burpee that snuck up. Did you hear that, guys? Excuse me. Just this morning, Emily sent me a screenshot of Lizzo at an event, and you know Lizzo. She's Houston born, made it as big as you can go in Minneapolis, and then she's really slaying the game. She's like the body pause reigning queen supreme, hip hop rapper, amazing thick girl entourage. That's Lizzo. So Emily sent a screenshot of Lizzo at an event, and Emily's just like, look, no pants. Like, yeah, Lizzo got my memo. I never want to wear pants again. And that's this week. Like, no skirts, no dresses, no denim, just pantsless. But who to follow? Who do I want you to follow? Oh my God. Okay. If the 3-year-old neighbor girl had fucking Instagram. Okay. She's notoriously running around. I love her so much. She's notoriously running around in the front yard sans pants. And like last year is like, full on nudie. But this year she's been adding just t-shirts. Just like sans pants. And I come home and she's like, Rosie's mom. Rosie's my dog. She loves Rosie. She makes songs about Rosie. And we'll just follow her around. It's so great. And last night, so good. Last night I got home and she had whiskers drawn on her face with like, it could have been Sharpie. I don't know. And she looks at me and she's like, I'm Daniel Tiger. And like, full on black marker. Like, she's so perfect. I wish Lou Bear had Instagram. Like, that girl's ready for Coachella. I love Lou. And she is the owner of Kevin. Okay, Kevin is a dog. Kevin is a rough around the edges alpha male. Well, he's a straight up brute. I would call Kevin a straight up brute. He's like Dodger from Oliver and Company. Like that streetwise. What's the song he sings? It's really good. Yeah, he's really good. He has Kevin, not Dodger now. Kevin, the real dog, has one ear that goes straight up and one ear that's kinked. And it's just like, he's just handsome as fuck. And like my dog sees that. My dog sees his handsomeness. And she's romantically inclined to love him. Like, Rosie's thirsty. She sees him outside and she will whine from his love, like perched on the couch, on the back of the couch. And he just like tolerates her so sweetly. The only dog that he'll do that to, right? And Rosie's like, yeah, let me love bite you. Like, come and get me. Hi, Kevin. Hi. And he is just like, yes, but one moment, please. And so because of the romantic inclinations of our dogs, we've gotten to grow a sweet, super special friendship with our neighbors. And especially Lou, this 3-year-old, who will sit on the front step with me and eat Chex Mix and give me all of her, what she calls the spicy ones. Like, she's such a little love. So who can you follow that has the vibe of Lou? You guys, that has nothing to do with fashion. It has nothing to do with fashion or like plus size, but it's just like a lovely, perfect giggle. At hilarious.ted. It's just like the best pet memes that I have ever seen. So like if neighbor girl Lou had Instagram, this would be hers. And it makes me laugh out loud every day. And I sent the hilarious.ted to Lou's mom, and I was like, right, this, if Lou had an Instagram, this would be it. And Lou's mom was just like, oh yeah, def, for sure. So it's been confirmed. Okay, what's next? The song. The mother flippin' song. That was cute. I'm red hot today, and I think the mood is purely synonymous with the vibe of how Cardi B exists, period. So I'm going to channel some of her infectious as fuck energy, and the song is Moneybag. Like, I'd really love to be Cardi B's friend. Like, I'd imagine me as just like the girl that stands behind Cardi B and like snarls during interviews, right? Like, I just get that, you get like a hair lip up, you know? But I'm really excited to like see her career, right? Like, she's just a giver of magic. And we're going to have a lot of gold because of Cardi B's talents. So Moneybag, the song is literally just about looking like a fucking $1 million because, hello, it's Cardi B. And that's the mentality of this episode. So suck it. Okay. What you missed last week on Molly Preps for Fashion Week. Maybe it wasn't last week that I talked about it. I can't remember. It's been nice out, so my booze consumption has been higher than average. So I was in it's called the Innovations Show Stylist Challenge with about 10 different stylists, bloggers, like an amazing group of women. And I was paired with Cake Plus Size Resale. My models were Katie Espeseth and Emily Eaton. And since I've learned how to say Katie Espeseth's last name, I can't get Espeseth out of my mouth. It feels so good. Say it out loud. Espeseth. It's like that Zoolander commercial. It's like in Zoolander when he is like that mermaid and he's like, water is the essence of beauty. And Katie Espeseth is from heaven. Espeseth. It was a sustainable thank you for enduring. It was a sustainable eco fashion show. And it was amazing. One of the coolest days of my life. Okay, so now that you're all caught up, I'm going to recap this. I walked into this gorgeous warehouse building and I panted my way up 3 flights of stairs like like it was a workout. And like I walk into the studio that we were in and like if I wasn't watching reality TV, it was almost like I don't belong here. What, like, this is not, is this the room? The Aveda salon was all set up around the perimeter doing hair and makeup, and there were women walking around with braids shooting up like antennas, like straight up, like Amelia Bedelia shit, and graphic makeup and X, Y, and Z. It was like Tyra Banks had opened the door to my dreams. It was almost like if you could watch America's Next Top Model with, what's it called? With the goggles, the alternate reality goggles, VR, virtual reality. And it was like, yeah, I mean, is this where I belong? Is this, I checked the door number twice and I was like, well, I mean, this must be it. But it was like, wow, this show is chic. Like, this is a fashion show. It was exactly what you think of when you think that you're going to a fashion show. It is amazing. So my models, I had the stylist do slicked back, just like bouffant to God ponytails. And you guys, Katie Espeseth's ponytail is literally past her bottom. And at one point, it took 2 stylists to hold up her hair and make it large and in charge. So, like, they gave her, like, a big, full, teased lion's mane situation. It was so glorious. It was so extraordinary. So my girls were the only plus-size models. And we went the no pants route, which is very important for the story. Katie was wearing a Galaxy 2-piece with a white vest and epaulets. The epaulets I had, and they were my thing I couldn't take off when I was wearing my trench coat a few weeks ago. And they have chains draping the arms. And with her extraordinary ponytail, like, we didn't need to do any DIY moments to the back of the vest like I had intended. She was just like, it was naturally like, oh, yeah, I want to know you. Like, wow. And then Emily, I had in a black Speedo with white piping, and she's like a trained swimmer. So she was like, yeah, I can wear the Speedo. And it was just like beyond chic. And I had a white blazer that I got from Cake that I painted on the back of. And like I talked about in the DIY episode, I said, and I'm pretty sure like verbatim, leave the brushwork to the professionals. Doing this made me it was hot. It was panty. It was sweaty. It was a moment of self-doubt of me DIYing this. So at first I was just going to do like an ultra feminine likeness, one line drawing on the back. I've been really getting into, one line drawings kind of as a means to exercise my drawing skills, be it like between a meeting or like, you know, like I have some downtime. They're just like really quick studies that I like to do, but typically I'm doing them digitally, and it's very different when you're, you know, not drawing in Adobe Illustrator and you have a black acrylic paint to the back of a coat and you're like, oh, what? So then I wanted to do this one line femme drawing, and I was like, it doesn't fit. I wanted to do something more abstract. So one night, Emily and I were brainstorming in the hot tub, where we get all of our best ideas. And she was like, dude, what if you... That's not how Emily talks. It made her just sound like a surfer dude. No. But she was just like, what if you did a plant? Like, what if you did a monstera leaf? Which is like a big tropical palmy kind of plant. It's also known as a Mexican breadfruit plant. Emily has a tattoo of it. It's a very cool plant. So I was oil pulling at the time. So I was like, I had coconut oil in my mouth, oil pulling, like the quick backstory of what it is. It like pulls all the toxins out of your mouth. It's like a deep tissue massage for your gums. You swish coconut oil in your mouth for essentially like 10 to 20 minutes First time I did it, I got super gaggy. Couldn't do it. It's taken years. So I was whippling at the time, and like the idea was so great that I was just like, yes! Really, it was really lovely. Proud moment. Proud moment what I just did in the microphone. So I sketched this one-line abstraction of a monstera leaf, and then I kept going. I should have stopped, and I kept going, and I kept going. So I penciled in the jacket first. And then I went to the black acrylic paint. And I was maybe like 2 hours in. My buddy Ty FaceTimed me, and it was at just the right time. And like he FaceTimed me while he was boarding the plane to perform at the NFL draft show. Like, this guy's like beyond chic. And I showed it to him. I was like, here's what I'm doing. And he was like, yes, but stop. And if Tim Gunn was here, he'd say, I like it, but I think you're over designing. And Ty was perfectly accurate. And it was like, I was at the point of tears. And I looked at him and I was just like, I'm just going to paint this whole back seam black. And he was like, no, just stop, and it'll be great. Like, stop doubting yourself. It'll look 100% different when it's on a body. Just stop. It looks great. It looks expensive. Well done. Just stop. And it was like just what I needed in that moment when I was letting my creativity paint me in a self-doubt corner of the room. So when I put the jacket on Emily, I put on a double layer of epaulets on each shoulder, just plain black feathered, flow in the wind, Prince Charming style shoulder candy. And she looked like a straight up Beyonce backup dancer. Like, I peed. It was so good. It was so good. It was so yummy. So the back of the jacket ended up being just like this high contrast organic shapes of black and white lines, and I filled some of the negative space in. So it became like a little more interesting. And from far away, like it looked like it was a print on the jacket. So overall, that was a success. Okay, so we're all in this studio space, in this giant warehouse getting ready. So there's a student showcase, the stylist challenge, and then like a local eco designer showcase. And we're all in there with hair, makeup, and like, yes, hi, Tyra. But it was like another one of those moments when Instagram came to life. Like how when I was at Create and Cultivate in LA, I was like, what is this real life? And it was hot as balls. It was really hot in there. A lot of hair dryers, a lot of hot bodies. Nashia Tucker, who is a real life fucking dream. Her Insta handle is at Simply She Is. Nashia came to life, and we had one of those, like, I saw her and I was like, oh my God, hi, yes, so good to meet you in real life. And she's like, Chibish, we met at this party. And this was the New Orleans bounce party, which is the reason why I had the epaulets. So it was like, it all starts with Nashia, right? And I just looked at her and I was like, hi, I was not there at that party. Like, yes, it was a lovely version of me. But I'm sorry, let's redo this. Because, wow, that was a party. And that's how I'll always hold Nashia in my heart. Like, chic as fuck and chicer in her giggle. And then Bulltown happened. Bulltown, she's a babe and a half. And a woman I actually met in real life before the internet, fell in love with her harder on the internet, and then got to hold her hand again, IRL, at Bulltown. I literally have never called her anything but Bulltown. it's her name, Bulltown, but it's not her name. But she's Bulltown to me. She was another stylist in the challenge, and also like she fucking played could have been a ukulele and could have just been like a small guitar, and it could have been an illusion. But like, get this, her models sang back up to her like this easy breezy intermission song of the show, like, oh, hi, I'm Bulltown, and I can do everything, and I'm a multi-talented little bish, like, yum, forever yum. And like the whole day was like this, and it was just so inspiring. And just like meeting these amazing women all day long. So Katie and Emily walked, and they, oh my God, they served all kinds of angles. And they stomped so fucking hard, and people hollered. It wasn't like it was like a woohoo and a yeehaw and a yes, 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 yes. And like while Katie and Emily were walking, like they broke their stare. They had such good, like, fierce as fuck faces. But they broke their stare and they smiled. 'Cause like, why not? Like, what a joy. Like, there are people lining them. Like, this runway was forever long. And people were hooting in their chest voices. And it was, so lovely. So the models walked, and then they did a final walk with the stylists. God damn it, guys. Okay, that runway, it was like, reminded me of the one time I was allowed to run the 100-meter dash. And like, when you look at it, it doesn't look like that. But when you're doing it, you're like, oh, this is really long. But I felt like a starting quarterback or some other stupid fucking analogy where people are clapping and cheering in your ears 3 feet from your face for like that long. The energy was magnetic. And like, I've played sports and I've heard cheers and whatever, but this was beyond amazing. They're like, this was a moment. We were making a statement, and oh my God, I felt proud. It was another one of those proud moments. And it was like, it was better than like any gallery show that I had been a part of. It was better than walking across any graduation stage. And it was so cool. And it felt so warm. And my plus size girls just fucking stomped without pants on, because anyone at any fucking size can wear a GD swimsuit and like, oh my God, if they like weren't literally serving cake. People came up to them all day like they were celebrities, and it was like, what? Like strangers asked to take photos with them, and women ogled about the store cake, who I was partnered with, which was named the City Pages, which is a local Minneapolis, St. Paul newspaper. They were named Best Boutique of the Year. And it was like just beyond warming. So like with that recap out of the way, like really, really lovely day, right? And like women were coming up to me after the show, and they were like, oh, thank you so much for showing, like real women wearing swimsuits. Like that was really refreshing. And here's my card, and blah, it was really lovely. But like with that out of the way, the thing that makes me red hot. And I mean, like, okay, I'm telling the story not to degrade the joy and absolute delight of the day, but because it was, the story I'm about to tell, it was a poignant moment that deserves to be told. And I'm guessing by the tone in my voice right now, you can guess what I'm going to say. One of my models was on her way to get dressed earlier in the day, and a woman at the event makes it even worse, I think. A woman stopped her, seeing that she had a hanger in her hands, and inquired about what she would be wearing on the runway. And my model said, like, excitedly, mind you, I'm stomping in swimwear, like, really fucking excited. And the woman's response, oh my, you're brave. Let me take a second and quote our reigning queen, Lizzo, on Instagram like a month ago, and I took a snapshot of it because it was just poignant and perfect. Lizzo said, when someone's like, when did you learn to love yourself? You're so brave. They're perpetuating the idea that I had to learn how to love myself because I'm fat and that I'm brave for wearing a bikini. Don't perpetuate that. That should be normalized as much as a slim girl in a bikini. But also, that slim girl, we need to be asking her, when did she learn to love herself? And we need to tell her she's brave. Then we even the playing field. So this woman that said this to one of my models, maybe she meant stomping around in a swimsuit is brave, period. Maybe she meant stomping around in a swimsuit on a runway nowhere near water is brave, period. I don't care. And I wasn't going to talk about it, but it's been burning me. It's shaming either way you dice it. To like any woman, slim or plus size, that they're brave for, oh my God. And like, again, I was going to be all like, quote, unquote, Minnesota nice about this and give her the benefit of the doubt. But then like, no. Like your intention around being brave in a swimsuit, no matter what your intention was, is so wrong. So immediately after this moment, Katie, Emily, and I took to Instagram and said, this is like a verbatim moment on our Insta story, to the human who just said we were brave for walking the runway with no pants on. And then we flipped the camera off, like harder than I ever have. Could have sprained my finger. But the DMs, the direct messages that followed, that were beyond. And like, once again, this internet community of lovers is, it's interesting that I talk about how we say like real life and then internet friends, because the love that we felt after this was like real life love. And I'm just like baffled by what other woman says that to another woman, like especially at this fashion event. And like, women were walking around in like couture, like ace bandage outfits. You know, so like the correct response could have been, oh, fuck yeah, mama, stomp. Or, oh my God, I love it. Or like everyone else that day, oh shit, hi, Beyonce. Just like, get a grip, you know? Like, bravery is charging an oncoming army on horseback with a wooden stick. Bravery is giving fucking birth to a human through your fucking vagina. Bravery is saying, and it's raising children and going through an adoption process so you can become a parent. Bravery is choosing to outrun an axe murderer in the woods instead of cowering and getting axed to death. Bravery is looking your aggressor in the face and saying, fuck you, not today, bitch. And if you think bravery is wearing a swimsuit, if you think I'm brave because I'm a big girl wearing a swimsuit, you're weak and you need to fucking check it. Like, words fucking matter, and her intention or not, but it has an effect. And I had this bravery conversation recently with my girl Molly, and we were talking about words, and she was like, bravada maybe, but how you look, that's not brave. And Molly said, and I quote, why is clothing courageous? When did it become courageous? Are we making more of it than ever before? And are we making more of it than we should, given the concept of time and how people are remembered? And I think that's poignant as fuck. That because I'm different, like because plus size women are, again, air quotes, different, that it's seen as courageous or brave for donning something that a slim person would wear. It's so shitty. And it's a disgusting, shitty judgment on appearances. And the woman that fucking said that before my girls walked the runway can suck the world's biggest, hardest egg. Like, okay, women, you are fucking fire, okay? You are what you feel, and you are what you want to fucking be. And if you're running around at nights, climbing a ladder to the 3rd floor fire in an apartment building, bitch, you're brave. You're probably not listening to this pod. But if you're lying on the beach in a bikini, like, you're $1 million, but you are not brave. You're just cool. And being cool is cool. I'm pissed. That felt good to get off my chest. Mic drop. I'm out. I just said mic drop. Gross. Bye. Okay, bye. Love you, bitch. Bye. And if you got this far in the pod, I'm impressed as fuck and really grateful to have you listening. If you want to know more information about me or the show, check out the show page on matriarchdm.com, where we host all of the What I Can't Take Off, our progressive Spotify playlist from the songs of the week, and obviously the reminder of who to follow for the week, all in a nice little fucking Matriarch Digital Media bow. Theme song is Molly May by Ben Karen. Like, I'll never get over saying that. It's so good, right? Thanks for listening. You're so cute.